You know what time it is. It is Power Hour, and back by popular demand, the man in the middle, Daniel Inskeev. Welcome back, Daniel. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Dolby time. How are you doing, man? Great segment last there with Anne Marie Strategy Lab. I really
well,
like
Andre,
that. Nice.
you know my P&L is green, so it's hard to have a frown on your face when you put up a winner. I mean, it's just the way it works.
Agree.
So I'm doing great. It's beautiful outside. First trade today went really, really well. Got no complaints. Followed the system, and the system paid. So there's not really a better feeling than that. Got rewarded for doing the right thing.
No better feeling than that. Well, let's get right into it here, guys. We got gold trading damn near right off the highs, closing in on 2400s again. Seems like every time you turn your head, look back, S&P's down, NASDAQ making new lows on the day. We did catch a bit of a bounce there, consolidating sideways near the lows, but not at the lows. Crude, about 3 cents off the highs here, so we're keeping an eye on what's coming out of the Middle East. Here's a headline. Stock sell-off on concerns over Israel's response to Iran attacks. Daniel, got to ask you, how do you navigate this type of market?
Well, I think the sizing down is always a good idea. And I mean, on a day like today, I think staying on the short side is a safer place to be. It's pretty obvious. And, you know, just smaller size, fewer trades, and go with the trend in this case. So staying on the short side, I think, is the easiest place to be.
I would tend to agree with that. Real quick, speaking of, well, on the long side here, we got 85% long gold in the tilt real quick, 73% long crude. I'll constantly update that as we see heavy tilts. Here we go. We got some more sellers here in the NASDAQ and S&Ps, closing in on 5,100 even in the S&Ps. First level was 5,150. We burned right through that. Now we're at 5,100. I'm sure there are some longs down here, and there's some stops just beneath this 5,100 level. Daniel, what will you be trading today? I know we spoke last time. You were ES and Q trader. What are we trading today?
Been trading NASDAQ lately and been trading micros, generally like half size. So like 5 micros is a pretty comfy place to be with all this volatility. You can still make a ton of money with micros. A lot of people might brush them off because they're thinking about the profit, but you have to think about the downside as well. And micros is a good way to manage that risk and keep everything in check. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out.
Well said. Well said. A quick Delta update. Nothing crazy, just minus 1,000 in the ES, minus 2,300 in NASDAQ. So nothing really alarming. We were earlier this morning, minus 18,000 around 10:30 Central Time. And sure enough, we did break. So hopefully everyone took profits there. But yes, like you said, dumbing down the size, even playing around in micros, trading micros, definitely the prudent strategy. So good on you for noticing, just being able to shift gears here. We got an ES update, Delta minus 3,000 now. Thank you, John. We'll continue to give you updates through Power Hour. We are at minus 3,000. All right, Dolby, what are we looking at here? You said your first trade was a good one. P&L's up. What were the trades?
Yep. We got short the Dow. I can recap the trade real quick. We got short got short 2 contracts in the Dow at around 130. I think 133 is when that started. And we ended up getting shorts. Where's numbers? 38,040, which is this yellow line number 1. And then line number 2 was 54, which was up here at 38,054. So we got like 2 contracts about 10 points apart on the YM. So our average was around 38,048. And just like Mr. Inskeep said, basically, we traded with the trend. So we found about the halfway point of this 15-minute range, caught some shorts, took a little bit more heat than we normally do on a range trade, but it did end up paying off. We did hold this trade for approximately, let's say about 15 minutes. So a solid hold time, 15 minutes to, let's say, 15, 20 minutes on that trade. And we got, $644 in about 15 minutes on 2 contracts. I think that's a pretty good way to spend your day. In my opinion,
I would say so.
If you're one of those people who likes locking their account after being up a couple $100, I don't blame you because it feels good, man. It really does.
Yep.
Click that button and just forget about it. But we are still going to trade this account. I think we're going to push the pedal to the metal a little bit here.
Ooh.
We'll take
Sounds
take one
risky.
more risky trade. Yeah, we're gonna risk. We'll risk $300, which is about half of what we currently have, and see if we can get another winner here.
Excellent, excellent.
Mhm.
Daniel, any trades today?
Well, I'll say my best entry today. I shorted M&Q at 18,315, which is near the highs of the day.
Nice.
Wow.
Fortunately, I took it off way too early, so I was a little disappointed in myself. Just kind of waterfall down from there, and then a couple other scalpy trades. Nothing that interesting. I kept every time I got up and just walked away for like 15 minutes. We had another nice move. I kept like not being in front of the screens as like the moves were happening. So it was kind of frustrating, to be honest. And then we've just been chopping around at the lows for the last 2 hours or so. Hour and a half. So it's hard to, you're combating FOMO right now if you didn't make a lot of money on this nice movement we had earlier in the day.
Yes.
And then you're probably trying to catch a bounce now, or just trying to manage. You're like, oh, it's a cheap trade to go long here, and maybe you can scalp out at some points, but that is unfortunately going to be more dangerous. And now I'm in the predicament where, I want to be on the short side. I don't want to sell the lows, and it's you wish your position short, somewhere a little higher. So now you're watching, and maybe there's no more trades today, or maybe we get some kind of retest or something that makes sense. Because I always have to think about where I'm putting my risk. If I'm going to enter a trade, that's always the thing to look at first is risk, then potential reward. And so I was thinking about shorting 900 on NQ. I got cold feet, and I took it off because I had a limit order resting there. But that would have been a decent trade to sit in for a little bit. And you're just chopping around in profit, which is a lot better than chopping around in drawdown.
100%, 100%. Well, we are seeing another push higher here in gold. I might be saying that a little bit. Actually, saying that a lot probably this hour. Coming up on 2,400. Hoop in the chat asked question: gold going for 2,400? Well, it certainly appears that way.
Oh wow!
We'll see how that plays out throughout the day. We obviously are seeing the inverse correlation. Gold, crude move higher. We see equities move lower. Obviously, you're taking a look at the 10-year yield right now. We're also at 4.63%. The 10-year up about 30 basis points as of late last week. So the market dynamic is changing a little bit. It is only Monday. We've got a slew of earnings out for the rest of this week. So maybe we'll take a bit of a breather. But like we said, all eyes on the Middle East for the time being until new information enters the market. That might be earnings or whatever the response is in the Middle East. Either way, we got to be ready for it. Stay agile, stay nimble, and can't marry your positions. See profit, take profit, as you guys were saying last segment, Dolby.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're going to be, counter trend trading. If I was looking for longs in the YM, I'd probably be looking for somewhere between like, $100 to $200, and just kind of if you get that bounce, just take it and see if you can do it again. I don't like counter trend trading because I do have a skill set in which I can hold positions for a long time, and I'm comfortable doing that. So I want to make sure that I am playing into my strengths as a trader. So I don't want to combine the skill of holding a position for a long time with the skill required to counter trend trade, which is to get out quickly. So I like trading with the trend as much as possible. I want my hold times to be as high as possible, and that way I kind of maximize my gains and have to do as little work as possible to get profit in the market.
Right.
I am looking for a short again at 38,020 in the YM, which is the halfway point in the 15-minute range. And we could upgrade it. We'll upgrade it to a 30-minute range now because that's how long we've kind of been sitting here. So
you change your time frames on the charts there, Dolby, based on or throughout the day? Are you constantly toggling between 15 to 30 and looking to enter trades based on different time frames? Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
So yeah, like I'll do it like everyone else does it. Like, you do your big, start at the weekly, your monthly, daily, and then you start drilling down. I'll do that. But for those trades, I typically use the daily 4-hour and 1-hour more for levels. And then I still want to see a smaller consolidation happen on the 5-minute. That is kind of my bread and butter setup, is the 5-minute chart to take trades. But it does take some patience for it to kind of set up. So like, let's say the market does like a V bounce, I'm probably not going to get into a trade at the bottom because the 5 minute won't consolidate enough. Like I really want the 5 minute to consolidate in a larger consolidation pattern of like the 1 hour or the 4 hour. We're just not there yet because this market has moved down so quickly. There is no consolidation on the 1 hour. At least, I mean, we're probably another hour or two away from getting there. 4 hour doesn't have one. It's just red bar straight down. Same with the daily. And so you just have to keep on going, size down your time frames until you find the biggest range that you can find that's tradable, and then you just start trying to find trades. So yeah, we could very easily take what I would call a 30-minute range trade and try to buy the bottoms, right? That would be a cheap range trade, and we do have the 5 minute sort of consolidating within the 30-minute. So maybe there is an opportunity there, but it's just a nesting doll of range trades. Basically, that's all it is.
I like that. Any particular levels, Daniel, that you're looking for in the NQ to either get long or get short? You said you get a resting order a little bit higher here, but you pulled it. Any levels?
Yeah, I think. I mean, the only thing close to where we are now is 900 psych level. But we've done a lot of chopping around there on both sides. And then like on a bigger picture, I would like to see retest up at the 18,050s.
Okay.
That was support for quite a while on NQ, that little range there. And so maybe tomorrow, maybe in the overnight or something, we see that retest there. Obviously, bears would want to defend that, reload potentially. So that I think will be a key level to watch.
Definitely. Well, we did just uptick 2400s here in gold. We were shooting about $1 off of it, but we did uptick 2410 cents. We did finally, someone got the uptick there they're looking for. Stops did not trigger, like I may have suspected. It might be a little bit higher than 2400. Here we go. I'll make another try, maybe to the upside here. Gold or crude pulled back a bit. I'm looking at the 5 minute, of course. So you guys look at longer term. Yeah.
I mean, it's still doing fine though.
For sure.
I mean, the fact that crude, I have a daily range low drawn at 84.54 in crude oil, and the fact that it kind of went below it, tested, and was like, nah, I'm good, and then just bounced right back up again, to me is very, very bullish. Very bullish for crude. Like anytime you have a market, at least in my opinion, that gets to either new highs or new lows and doesn't immediately have a reaction against it, to me signifies acceptance.
Agreed.
So I think CL is actually accepting higher prices here, even though we've maybe moved $3 off the high. That's not that much. That is not that much. So we're kind of back at 85.62. The highs were what, 87.68. So let's say 87.50. So we only are like $2 away. Not that far. Not that far away at all from pushing highs again and stressing out the markets. So pretty bullish in my opinion on the crude front.
I think that's reasonable. I just don't see any reason why that would turn around, especially with the heightened tensions that we keep mentioning. But yes, I did see. Yeah. I agree with you. If there's acceptance, there was no harsh turnaround or rejection of the higher prices. So yes, acceptance was definitely established.
Yep.
But so far, a little quiet in the equities, which is okay. So we typically see this in the power hour. First 15, 20, 25 minutes or so, quiet. Last half hour, we'll start seeing some fireworks. Hopefully we see some this power hour as well.
I'd like to see one more leg lower on NQ.
Okay.
But, again, to be positioned short to catch that leg is going to be, that's the hard part, obviously. So
yeah, it feels expensive is the problem.
Yeah, exactly. If there's like a failed, bounce higher, maybe, that would, see, we might be getting that now. This morning.
Here we go. S&P's
right now.
S&P's 5100s just traded, just downtick to 50.99. So we just did downtick beneath 5100. We'll see if there is acceptance beneath. Like Dolby was talking with oil, acceptance to the upside. There's also can be acceptance to the downside. Didn't look like any stops necessarily went off. So maybe all the buyers are exhausted.
That is new lows on NQ, I believe.
New lows NQ. Yep. Thank you.
And new lows Dow as well.
Here we go. So the trio, they're behaving properly.
Yeah, they are aligned. Indices are not very happy right now. Not very happy right now. So one of the reasons why I wouldn't take a long here is if one of the things that I don't like about range trades is I don't like seeing a really strong candlestick get to the bottom of the range. That's how I used to get trapped into a lot of bad positions. So when you have a bar like this, right here, this little 5-minute bar, and it's just beelining for the bottom of the range, to me that
Yep.
signifies a lot of strength. And I don't want to take a long. What I really want to see is I want like a spinning top candle on the 5-minute that kind of just hovers right above the bottom of the range or top of the range. And to me, that shows a little bit more like slowing down, kind of chilling out a little bit. But when you have a really, really strong candlestick coming up to like the top or bottom of your range, I'd be very, very wary of kind of putting in an order and maybe wait for it to kind of settle out a little bit. Because if we had gone long, for a cheap trade, we would have gotten absolutely smoked, like in an instant. We would have lost $300 in probably less than a minute if we had just popped into that. Just because it's bottom of the range doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right trade to take at that time.
I think you always have to balance the a cheap trade with the actual probability of it working out, because there's not really a good point in having an amazing risk reward if the probability of that setup is really, really low. So it doesn't matter if I have a 1 to 10 risk reward if it's just a terrible setup. So it's always the that's why it's safer just to stay on the short side on a day like today, because even though you can get cheap trades, you're going to take a lot of stop outs trying to catch the bottom.
Yeah. And I'm not interested in that at all. I'm trying to take profits, not get stopped out. Yeah. Wow, man. It still rolled over. Where did I get out of my other contract?
S&P's seeing follow through beneath 5,100, now $5 lower at 50.95. And no real support there. I might see some buyers come in here. Nasdaq seeing some follow through the downside. Dow as well. Crude catching a bid. Gold yet to catch that bid above 2,400.
Yeah.
I see a little push higher here.
I do have 37,900 listed on my chart, but that only offered support once, and that was December 15th. But there is kind of this little range between, you have January 5th and December 15th where we bounced twice, but there was a lot of time that kind of transpired between those two. Mm-hmm. So we might see a little bit of congestion there. So it might offer a target. We are catching kind of a bid right now. So we'll see if we can get to that 37,900-ish level. Let's see what happens.
Yep, did catch that bid. Trading 5,100s right now. Maybe chop around 5,100s in the ES. The Dow is well beneath 38,000. Not well beneath, but 50 points beneath 38,000 level. And we are well beneath 18,000 in the NASDAQ. And 18,000 did not look to seem like they put up much support when we just buried right through that price. So, Kenji Mack in the chat says, I love your haircut, Daniel. Do you know who Kenji is?
I don't know Kenji, but my wife will be glad because she's the one who cut it yesterday. And
very good.
Oh,
very
nice.
Good. Looking fresh for TV. I like it.
Yeah, gotta save that money,
Yeah, absolutely. She did a good job. All right, here we go. Gold. Let's see if we can make another push here higher.
I mean, I could consider some more shorts here, because I still think there's just more work to be done. Like, we're so close to so many important levels. I typically just try to round down to whatever that level is. Like, we're so close, why not just get there?
Imbalances at 3 o'clock. Eduardo will keep you updated on the MOC imbalances here in the next 9 minutes, and then 15 minutes thereafter. But in the meantime, let's keep an eye on this. Thank you, Eddie's, on that. Let's keep an eye on gold here. Trading 2,400s in gold as we speak. And it doesn't seem like the equities have turned around. So gold can make another push higher. It might be a nice little short entry. You can add into equities if gold does continue to move. Seems like gold's kind of been the leader today. I'm not seeing that probably, but it does feel like gold's been the leader. And everything's kind of followed thereafter.
Strong market.
Yeah.
It's such a strong market right now. Are other metals kind of behaving? I mean, we got copper. I mean, copper's on the up and up a little bit. We got platinum now in Topstep X, which is very cool.
That. Very cool.
That caught a bid. Silver's almost at $29 an ounce. I mean, highs. Oh, never mind. Sorry. It is almost at 29, but it trades in very, very tiny increments.
Mm-hmm. Keep an eye
I
on
am
gold
still
here.
going to look for shorts, though.
Look at shorts in the equities, correct, Dolby?
Yeah, I
Lamb.
just wanted to catch a bid a little bit, so it gets a little bit cheaper to take it.
Well, they've
I
caught
just
that
want to
bid.
see some more. Yeah, I just want to see a little bit more consolidation on like the 5 minute. We're still missing about a candlestick or two, but if we can get some more congestion for about 5-10 more minutes, I would be interested in trying another short. And honestly, if this just bounces, I'm totally fine with that. I don't have any entries right now as far as my system goes. We just don't have enough. There's not enough there yet.
Gold is above 2,400 right now.
Wow.
Yep.
How much gold do you own, Dre?
Nothing personal. Nothing. No gold. I might go to Costco and start buying up some of those gold bars, but it's trading too damn high. Trading too damn high. Maybe some gold funds. I'm sure. I'll probably have some exposure too, but no physical
you don't have
bars.
Any, like no bling. You don't have any gold necklaces that you just.
I used to have a gold grill. That was a phase in life, my gold grill, but I had to sell that back.
Really?
When, no,
yeah. Hold on.
Wait, what?
Stop. No, I'm kidding. Never.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
When the hell do you think I can start rocking? I know. 2402 in gold. 2402 in gold. I got
Jack's
you there,
mind
Jack.
just ran through like 100 memes in a second right there.
Go through my social media looking for old pictures with gold in my teeth. No gold grill. Sorry to disappoint there. Yeah, no gold.
Well, if I wonder what would have to happen for you to get a gold grill? What if MP takes delivery on some gold and we get it melted down your face?
Done.
Does that work?
Just like the canines. Yes, I'd love to have the canines gold. Kind of.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would. I mean, I'm a trader, so it'd be a weird thing to pull off. You know, if I'm a rock star like you or Daniel, I mean, maybe much easier to pull off. But you know,
I don't know about that.
It's definitely look. All right, here we go. We're holding above 2400s here in the gold. Uptick to 2402. Oil saw a bit of a pullback. Jack,
currently fighting the urge to like short 80s here.
How's your chance?
I know shorts are tempting. They really are. Yeah, I could try a secondary short at 38,000, like 25. That might be a shot. I do want to wait for MOC. That's coming up in 5 minutes. That's
5 minutes.
Damn soon. Pretty damn soon.
Gold on the highs. Crude yet to catch up to the highs. All right, Delta went neutral in the ES. Am I reading that right, John?
Yeah, chat. What's chat? How's chat feel? Are you bullish or bearish?
You,
I popped in short.
Chat's
here.
bullish.
You're in?
77 on NQ. Let's see if
how many times, Daniel?
Just one time.
One time, got you. You go. Where's it working the board there? -1 from 78.
Sorry. Sorry. 5 micros.
5 micros. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well,
oh, good.
You got some good price action so far for that one. Kind of responded immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 2402, 2402.70 in gold.
Is that micro NASDAQ or yes?
Oh, yeah, MNQ. Yeah.
Half 5 MNQ.
All right, new highs gold.
Wow.
Yep. No new headlines out. It's kind of just drifting higher.
I'm going to wait for MOC. What's our bet on MOC? Do we think over $1 billion or under $1 billion?
Say under. I'll say under. I'll say buy. I'll say sell side. Under $1 billion sell side.
Yeah. I think.
Damn, boom. Those are harsh words, man. That's not nice.
Oh, chats.
Damn, boom.
We'll be fine.
Don't make me pull up your trade report. You better be up money talking trash like that. You better be up money talking trash like that. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
And a lot of guess what? A lot of trading is boring too. If you can't get used to boring, then you're probably not cut out to be a trader.
You better be up money. Oh, ouch.
Better be up money.
Facts.
That's right. Gold, Andre. 2404s, new highs. Ow.
If Boom is here for the reset,
stay tuned this week.
Yep. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, we're starting to get a 1 minute consolidation. It's not a formation I trade, but it is interesting.
Right, ego drunk? Right?
Love you, chat.
Love it.
Really, truly do. Couldn't do it without you.
All right.
That's right. Chat's gonna take care of it for us, Trey.
Yeah.
They're on them.
We got our dogs. We got our dogs. Let's do it. Still a little slow here.
Release the hounds.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Daniel, are you gonna keep this short into MOC? You just gonna try to ride this sucker?
I think I'm okay with that. You know, risking what, $170 to get back to the lows. I feel good about it, so I'm okay with it.
Cool, nice.
All right. Well, before we get these MOC numbers and we really get popping here, and power hour gets less boring. Boom. Let's get those quiz winners out here, JD. If you got them, let's see. Hopefully they're pretty tame today.
Here they come. There they are.
So good.
Jack of all trades. I like that. Talk Philippe. I like that. Come on, blow up doll. Come on. Jokes like so 3 weeks ago.
That was a fun one, though.
Good.
That was a good
little
joke for a while.
You remember her name or its name, Dolby?
No, that would be a really good quiz question, though.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It's
God,
what
was it?
It was bad. It was inappropriate.
Oh, I do remember what it was.
Yeah. You in there?
My wife was Jack's nemesis in the quizzes in the early days.
She sure was. I said it once and forever regret that. So now I just black them out.
We're like, say it.
So she's to blame for this.
Yeah.
Right,
she's the funny one.
Getting those numbers, please. Just Morse code in, parachute in here, and get those MOC numbers in there.
Parachute in.
10-4, Captain. 10-4.
All right, 38,000's here in the Dow.
I'm moving to a break even, just in case we're putting in a little higher low here. I'll take it off.
Yep. Yeah, so we're getting to the top of the 5 minute range here.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be an opportunity, but I want to wait for this MOC, which probably already happened. It always comes out at 2:30.
The number does, yeah.
We just
and the
don't
execution
get it because
comes
financial
at 55.
juice is
Juice. Lacking the juice.
Right. I didn't get it from David Green. Nice
1,500 ES, minus 3,600 NQ, plus 600 YM. Thank you, John. That's 1,500. Nothing that significant, but you never know. Those numbers can change quickly.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like the ladder caught anything of that. So
didn't.
No.
Maybe a head fake.
We're gonna try. I don't want to short yet. No, we're pulling it.
Daniel, talk to us about your micro trade over there. How's it going?
All right, it just got taken off, so about break even trade. So it was worth a shot, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, why not?
Short side, absolutely.
On there,
You gotta be comfortable being, willing to lose money to the short side on a day like today.
Yeah,
losing money to the upside. Yeah, market told you what direction we're going into. That's kind of what we like Power Hour. We've seen some profits put up over the course of time here. Power Hour. The narrative kind of is set by the time we come into the last hour of the trade. Obviously, we're seeing gold trade higher, crude trade higher, headlines from the Middle East. So the kind of narrative's been set, the trade's been set, the tone's been set, and get on board the trend. 80% long YM.
80% long YM. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
80% long ES. 82% long NQ. Okay, so that tells you all you need to know. Daniel, you
just close myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be betting against America, but pretty tempting. Really nice, strong 5 minute candlestick here. Let's see if we can get to the top of 38,00098 and see what happens.
Big pop gold. Big pop Dow. Big pop Dow.
Yeah, no, it's been a big pop for sure. What, we bottomed at 37,920, and now we're at 38,000. So solid bounce. Nothing on the 1 minute. Still just upward trending, pushing very, very hard. Man, I would really want to see what's going to happen at 38,098. Very, very excited about that level. Because that could be a cheap short again, unless it really just rips right through there. But we'll see. I mean, do we think this is just covering? Just shorts covering?
Yeah, could be. Daniel, what are your thoughts? I think that's it's definitely likely. Daniel, what do you think? Profit taking, Dolby?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, after such a sustained move, I mean, it seems healthy.
It does. It does. Yeah, we haven't even made a higher high yet. I would like to see this yellow line get broken because we've made a consecutive series of lower highs. So if we can get above, I would say like 38,060, it might be able to kind of flip the script on that one. But I mean, if you're on the 1 minute chart, you are still kind of just channeling downwards. However bullish you still are, we still haven't made a higher high yet, which is not great.
No.
So if you are long, that's something you definitely want to see so we can kind of get out of that structure that we have. So maybe we can bounce here and then test, the 30-minute range high I have at 30,098. But I've been trying to pay more attention to like higher highs and higher lows and lower highs. I think are pretty important on like a micro level here.
Keep in mind, we do have a lot of big-time earnings coming out before the bell tomorrow. So maybe we're taking a breather until a new headline comes in from wherever. But we do have United Health Group, I should say, Bank of America, Johnson & Johnson, Morgan Stanley, pre-open tomorrow. So definitely set the tone for the markets if there are new headlines. But I wouldn't be surprised if we start kind of brushing off. The news from the Middle East has maybe been priced in for the time being. So earnings can come in and kind of turn this train around, if you will. But we'll see. We'll see what the earnings come in.
I mean,
it's interesting. I was going to say the first time I was on TopstepTV, what was a week or two ago?
Yep.
I was like, we pretty much have to be bullish. There's no indication otherwise. And then, we got a nice red candle on the 4th that can kind of be a warning sign to bulls. And ever since then, obviously geopolitical events going on, but that's definitely, I feel like that bullish outlook has tampered since the last time I was here, for sure.
I think yes, it absolutely has. Now we can turn that around. These strong earnings, right? Strong earnings come in, shows you the the health of a lot of financials are kick off earnings season. So that could turn this around. But yes, Daniel, that big red candle on the 4th kind of did change the sentiment for the time being.
Really
we've been down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Row E says time to go long. YM. All right.
Yeah, there have been some fairly vocal bulls in chat recently. I'm kind of curious, chat. If you're bullish and you're in a trade, definitely give us the levels so we can kind of play along. Just saying you're bullish it's okay, but that's kind of missing part of the puzzle. So if you have a trade on it and you're bullish from a specific level, that gives us a lot more to kind of talk about on air. But your general sentiment of bullishness, we do appreciate. But if you are in a trade, definitely let us know.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity to scalp long here at the end of the day. But again, you just have to keep in mind the overall trend, and you're on the counter trend trading, obviously, which I do a lot of, but generally not on days quite like today. But I think there's definitely room for plenty of pullbacks. I mean, I'm looking for that retest, like I mentioned earlier. I would love to see that happen tomorrow around the open. And not in Globex while I'm sleeping or something, I'd love to be around in front of the screens for that.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Tuckman earlier today, and I asked him to rank, we kind of have a bad soup of issues, and he put the Middle East as the number one thing affecting the markets right now.
Okay.
And Chad's going to go back and watch that. 11 a.m. Central Time is when that interview took place. So, he said that's number one. And I mean, honestly, I don't blame them. Like, if things get really hot in the Middle East, and not like how it is now, where it's like, here's a 3-day warning, we're sending some missiles, but like if they really start launching some stuff,
boots on the ground would change a lot.
Oh yeah,
boots on the ground 100%. Yeah, we're not there yet. Let's hope we never get there. But yes,
I don't want to see it.
You got to play out these scenarios in your head. That's just the truth of the matter. For better or worse, that's where we're at. A little sideways action right here, fellas. Not a whole lot popping. We got about 23 minutes left in the session here on Power Hour at Topstep TV. While we're at, we got about 3,000 people watching. I'm going to ask you guys kindly, please click subscribe. Please click like. We did break 80,000 subscribers, so we got a little something in store for you guys for the bell to bellers, free reset. You know how the drill goes. They don't tell us what day it's going to happen until about an hour before the open. So you'll see a glimmer, a shimmer in our eye. You'll see us sitting up a little bit more straight on the day we do have the fire drill. So pay attention to body language here at Topstep TV. You can figure out when it's coming. Intent. All right. Dow above 38,000 here.
Yep, back above 38,000. Did a little bounceroo off of 38,000, but still, I'm waiting. I still might take a trade here if we can get up to 38,098.
Okay.
If we can get up there and have not a really strong 5-minute candlestick, I would try to maybe hop in. We are seeing an upward trend in volume, though. If you're on my charts, which you are, we got this going on right now with volume. So if there's any volume specialists in chat, what does increasing volume mean versus decreasing volume? Because now it is increasing. Got some big fat green bars right now. And if I was Max Maserati, I would probably be focused on this set of green bars right here. Yeah, that was cool. I kind of like that little thing you got, a little system you introduced. Because now I'm watching it. Now I have like a little idea of volume. Oh, sorry, be these.
It matters. It matters. You know, if there's conviction in the market with the volume that's pushing it one way or another.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, not doing a whole lot right now.
Nope. Daniel, you're expecting fireworks. It's been a dud so far, man. What the heck?
I almost always avoid Power Hour. It's
like on TV or like to trade it.
Yeah,
well. Just to trade it.
Okay, you got it on.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, of course. On all around the whole house.
Every time.
Full disclosure, I do have Topstep TV on every device in my house all day. About 4 or 5 devices.
It's like one of those farms, the phone farms where they follow.
Yeah.
All 5 devices in my house have this on as we speak.
Yeah. So there's actually like 5 less viewers than what.
Hey! That's between us 3 only. No one's listening. Yes.
So one thing I think is interesting. One thing that I've been talking about on my stream is the way I look at the market intraday is in these cycles of bearish and bullish cycles, right?
Yep.
And the way I view it, the way I try to explain it to people is like I think of it as like a football game. And when it's a bullish cycle, bulls have the ball. I want to see like what they can do with it. What kind of progress are they able to make with it?
That?
Or do they just, does it move 20 points on NAS and then stall out? And then the cycle rolls over and then bears have the ball? All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm expecting bears to have a little bit more momentum and make some progress down the field. And so that really helps. And even when it doesn't go as expected, that's telling information, that's giving you a divergence. And that can set you up for the next cycle to be on the right side of the market. And I think that's viewing the market that way has really helped me catch bigger moves, catch reversals, things like that. And so I would encourage people to try to view the market in that kind of, from that lens.
I like that. Or tug of war. So yeah, it's like football, real estate acquisition, if you will. Tug of war is the same thing. Who's in control? Who won? How hard was the struggle? And ended up victorious.
Yeah, instead of just looking at a couple 5-minute candles as like, oh, bulls couldn't do anything. The cycles tend to be a little bit longer, and the longer a cycle goes on without the expected, the side with the ball, for to use the analogy again,
American football too.
American, none of that other stuff. None of that
careful,
other
Daniel.
lesser sport.
50% are watching from overseas. 50% are watching overseas, or about 46%, if I could be a little more accurate.
I'm going to see if I can try along at 37,916. It's just a couple ticks above the low. This might be an opportunity to get some good value on a long. If just we can like kind of do a quick range extension and then hop back into range again. So we'll try this one last long here if it can come down and get us full. I think that'd be a nice cheap trade we're right in the middle of a 30-minute range right now. I don't see a ton of value as far as like cheap trade, expensive trade. I think it's kind of a 50-50 coin flip with where we're at right now. But if we can get down to like the 37,900-ish area, then it becomes less of a coin flip and more of a value trade. Ooh, nice book suggestion here. Check the book, A Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling. That's a name that, have we had Anna Cooling on before?
Yeah, she used to be on Squawk Radio.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we give Anna a call.
Shout out to Anna.
You got her phone number? Oh, she has a... She's one of
email
us, actually.
address. Yeah.
All right, fellas,
Very
17 minutes left in this.
website she has.
17 minutes left in this exhilarating power hour session. Thought we were going to see some fireworks when gold made a move to the upside. Busted through 2400s, but here we go. Time of volume. Not a whole lot of volume to get us through that. So the conviction kind of waned, the volume waned, and here we are with the sideways. I'm sure the longs are starting to gather in this consolidation. Around 5100 in the ES. Nasdaq probably as well. 38,000 is the key. All right, so we got 5100s in the ES, 38,000s in the Dow. So we got some we've had round numbers here to keep an eye on. This market likes to gravitate towards that. Not a whole lot of liquidity. Look at the S&P ladder. It's been thin for the last week and a half. We might be seeing that continue. So, like Daniel was saying earlier in this session, dumb down the size, even trade micros, still capture some profits, but you're also managing your downside properly in this type of market conditions.
I'm just trying to get a little scalperoo here to see if we can get filled. If I can get like 150, 200 bucks on this long, I'd be very happy with that.
Delta update, Freddie A, minus 1700 ES. Minus 1700 ES. Nasdaq, probably a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Minus 4200 ES, or Nasdaq, scratch that. Minus 4200 Nasdaq. Thank you, John.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. So I drew these two yellow lines, short yellow lines here, and that was this is the bottom of the 3 1-minute candlesticks that had the most volume, by almost double. And it looks like we caught a little bit of a bid right at the bottom of one of them in the YM. So I'm going to keep on watching this little system that Max introduced me to.
Wow,
so
I like
pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, let's add to the toolbox, right? We all have a toolbox of ideas and trades and setups. And, if you're watching TopstepTV, hopefully you're taking just one little bit of, information from each guest or each on-air host and just adding it to your toolbox just to make yourself a little bit better, of a trader. So something I'm going to take from Max and kind of throw it on there. It's probably not even the right interpretation of what he's doing, but I'm going to do it anyways. But I think it is interesting. We haven't back on. I'll have to ask him and see. But it sounded like I got it somewhat right with what he was doing.
Well, another tool.
Lines on.
Another tool I would suggest adding to people's toolboxes after a big move like today, I grab my my Fibonacci tool. I just measure the move high to low, and the only level I care about is the 50% retracement, and I leave that on my charts. And very often, on ES especially, NQ sometimes, you'll see that act as support or resistance in the price action to follow. So that's what I'm going to do after today. I'm going to watch that 50% move of today's move and really keep an eye on that, because if bears come back in at that 50% level, I'm not going to get bullish while we're still underneath there.
Right. And that's actually, I also use the halfway point, but TradingView just has a halfway point automatically added to your box. So if you use the rectangle, it will just draw in the 50% area. So I've actually used that today, even.
Yeah.
My short. Great. Yeah, I think that's great. Now just add a little tool here, a little tool there, and all of a sudden, maybe you've improved your edge by ever so slightly to get, maybe a better entry by a couple ticks, whatever it is. But that's why it's so cool to have TopstepTV.
Yep.
You just a little bit of info here and there that you can add to make yourself a better, more efficient trader. That's what we're all about.
That's why I think most traders, like everyone has kind of their own, even people that trade like a similar, like if there's similar supply and demand traders, like everyone's trading a little differently. You start to gather bits and pieces from all over, like what you're saying, and develop your own edge and put it all together in a way that makes sense to you and your personality and the risk that you like, the style you like to trade. And so, my strategy is a combination of so many different things I've learned over the years.
Absolutely.
And that's what everyone else is doing too, is just gathering what makes sense to them and putting it together into an executable strategy.
Definitely. Yeah. Well said.
I think it's very hard to be able to just like take someone else's strategy completely and then just embrace it. Like,
yeah,
I'd have to go through like therapy to undo seeing the level, like seeing trading it as far as ranges go. I have to get like deprogrammed because that's just how I look at the market. So if someone's like a momentum trader, there's almost no way I could trade their system. I would just be sweating bullets because I just don't see the value, doing that sort of stuff. So I like range trading. If I can add little tools within that framework, I think that is, exactly how other traders should probably try to, approach TopstepTV. Is just have your system, your overarching system, and then see if you can add little tidbits here and there to improve your edge.
And a lot of people are going to read price differently, which is really interesting to see how, people are like, oh, there's a bull flag on this. And you're like, okay. I mean, it's not how I draw it, or whatever.
Right.
And so it's kind of funny how everyone has their own.
We got some MOC liquidity injection coming here in the next few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on that. Don't see the clock today. Where's the clock? All right. We'll make a little bit of push here. Trade 24.02 half. We'll see.
Nice little pop there.
Yep.
That little level, that volume level that I drew, that bounced very, very well. Had a little 1 minute consolidation right above 37,973. And that was the bottom of the volume spike that we had on the 1 minute chart. And it offered up a support. So I think though that Max actually, he takes the breakout trade outside of that volume range, I believe. I'll have to double check with him, but I think that is the system.
Okay, we just got we checked 10 minutes till closing bell. We got Rockstar in the chat saying Daniel's good luck. Should bring him on more often. Daniel, how do you feel about being good luck? Yep. Eddie, what do you got?
MOC in balance here, 696 million to the sell side. Who wanted sell side?
I figured you sell side.
Not
Daniel, you're considered good luck around here.
I'm glad to hear it, Rockstar. I've been told that before. That,
really?
Usually it's people that subscribe to my channel. They're like, oh, wow, I've been trading so much better since I subscribed. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any scientific studies done on it, but it can't hurt, It
cannot hurt. Absolutely cannot hurt.
Yeah. All right, so we broke out above that 92 level on NQ, and we just had a little 1 minute candle come back down and retest that. So if I was interested in playing, the last 10 minutes of the market, why
are you laughing when you say that?
Long scale, because I almost historically never do.
Because you would never do it in a million years.
There's too much shenanigans. It just doesn't feel like actual what I used to trade works during that time. I just feel like there's too much stuff going on that it doesn't necessarily matter. The things I look for a trade don't necessarily matter at that.
You're saying there's no rhyme and reason to the last 10 minutes of the trade. Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah, it's almost like random.
Free for all.
It's almost like it's totally range bound. It's done absolutely nothing recently. I'm kind of surprised, though, to be honest. Dre, are you surprised that we haven't seen a lot more volatility? Because even the NQ is kind of barcoded for the most part, just like the YM.
Big time. With all of the movement, volatility, and volume that we saw for the first 5 hours of the trade, I figured that, yes, coming into the last hour of the trade, we would see there's some push through, some profit taking, something. But you know what? That's the beauty of this thing. You never really know until you're in it. Like we said, we got some big time earnings coming out tomorrow morning. The news seems to have quieted for the time being. Traders might be exhausted. Volume might be exhausted. Funds might be exhausted. So let's just breathe this out. Let's just take a knee. Use the American football term right there. Let's take a knee on it and play for overtime, if you will, or for the following game next week.
Yeah.
or tomorrow.
I mean, I like
yeah,
what Duke
I'm
said.
surprised though, Dolby. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Duke said in chat. Low probability conditions.
There you go.
And
There you go.
I think that's a great saying, because it's not, bull or bear specific. It's just no matter what side you're on, it's just low probability. And I agree with you. Like, to me,
Yeah.
it feel what is that? LPTE?
Yeah,
Oh.
low probability trading environment.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know if everyone.
I think
I
you
don't
just
know if
made
it's
that
a
up.
universal thing.
You just made that up.
No,
didn't you?
I've heard it
Oh, you just made
elsewhere.
it up?
but no, I
Just
didn't
making
make it
stuff.
up. I'm not that
LPT.
quick off the dome.
That was really good. If you did, I was
No.
surprised.
No, I'll be honest.
All right,
It's
fellas.
not.
Less than 7 minutes into this thrilling. We did take a trade. Did take a short there in the micros. Didn't really go very far, but that's okay. I like it. Take this short side trade.
Yeah.
Yes. Big earnings tomorrow morning. Got some more numbers coming out. Eddie will update you on those on the close here. Eddie, you got bell and outro, my man. Got 78% long in ES. So I mean, they're pretty tilted long here in the last 6 minutes of the trading. Hey, don't forget to tune in for slow markets this evening with Dakota, by the way. All right, we're starting to see some wiggle, as my man Dolby likes to call it.
We're getting a little bit of wiggle. I would love to see like anything, really. Just give me any extension anywhere, and I will take the opposite side of that trade. Give it to me.
I like
I
it.
don't
Darth
care. I'm just
Vader.
not taking a trade right here. Just give me 38,000, like 100, or give me 37,900.
Dolby's thirsty for a trade.
Yes, he is.
Always. I'm always looking for trades, man. That's what I'm trying to do, but I can't find anything. This is not that fun. I mean, I'm glad I got a little bit.
On NQ, you could just buy this upward sloping trend line we've had on the 1 minute for the last
1 minute,
45 minutes, essentially.
Yeah.
Just buy every tap of that, you'd be fine.
Nick T could have held that 280 weekly pivot short all day. I know. We did with the house account earlier this morning. Yeah, who knew though? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Nick T, don't worry. More trades to come.
It's
More money to be made. It is, man.
It's so hard to hold a trade.
Who holds
like
a trade
that?
all day? Who holds a trade throughout the entire day?
Especially
Especially with this,
account.
with a new headline coming out at a moment's notice. Good luck to you. But yes, shoulda, woulda, coulda for sure. All right, guys, less than 5 minutes, even 55. 5 minutes, nothing really happened there. So I might just trade the sideways into the close. So shout out to everyone that's stuck with us.
Something. I will definitely try something if we can get up there. We're just not there yet. This is diddling in the middle, as they say on fast markets. But fast markets, they had really good volatility.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
fast
just
markets was good.
Yeah.
During shoulder tap, we saw some more sellers come in. The morning was great. And then once we hit around noon Central Time, it kind of exhausted itself. We just see a little bit push to the downside, but nothing as dramatic as we saw this morning.
No.
All right, Daniel Inskeep, will you be trading tomorrow? Or you trade 5 days a week?
Yeah, 5 days a week. Yep.
Nice.
Usually just I'd say from 8:30 to 10:30 is usually just that's my prime time is where I'm doing most of the trading.
Very good. Very
good.
good.
8:30?
Yeah, just open in the first
morning.
2 hours.
Yeah, they open.
Yeah, but I mean, lately a lot of moves have been happening pre-market. I keep kicking myself for not like waking up earlier and coming to the charts earlier and seeing if I can, if there's interesting action at my levels, because a lot of times the pre-market has been sweeter than the open.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy skipping the open. I do find it hard. Like when I was on fast markets last week, I found it really, really hard to get my footing, because it's just a totally different market state than say like 2 to 3 p.m. Central. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I don't even, I like watching open, and I like to wait 30 minutes before my first trade. So there's like that hour and a half window that's like in my sweet spot. But if I'm not in front of the screens, I feel it's like missing a day of school or something, where you feel like wait, I wasn't here for it. What happened? Even though you can look, but it doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
There is a difference just going back and looking at charts and seeing what you missed, as opposed to actually being in the markets. It's just you feel it. I think you're in it right now.
Yeah.
Fellas, got less than 3 minutes here.
Yeah, I'm going to work an offer at 38,082 on the off chance that it rips higher and comes back down again. I am not anticipating getting filled here. Our max risk would be $300 in the event that this just absolutely pops off. So I'm okay with that. But I don't think we're going to get there. This is so stuck in the middle right now. It is crazy. Crazy how
Traders got sleepy.
Is it
I actually think I
our
might have been-
dog stuck in the middle?
Too much action for a Monday morning for the market. The market's going to take their afternoon nap. See, well, mini pop here in crude. Finally, something will poke it with a stick. Wake up, wake up.
Oh, I mean, crude shouldn't be doing anything right now. The fact that it even did that, it is trying to trade a little bit. I mean, it does move a lot, like in the overnight too, especially with all the geopolitical stuff. Tough market to trade. Very geopolitically moving, or driven, I should say.
Indeed.
Man.
I actually think not much doing here. Power hour. It's just been chopping. You know, I don't know if it's just because I joined you guys, but this has been absolute chop fest. I think it's just because we had such great movement early in the day.
I think that has something to do with it too.
I mean, it does seem like ever since this Middle East stuff started popping off, that power hour has really gotten tame. At least I don't think they're correlated, but it does what it's kind of what it feels like. It's just like
I think they've shut off the algos as we've seen how thin it's got in the S&Ps. There was typically a lot of liquidity. I think the algos have been shut off because algos don't want to get blindsided by a headline, and we're starting to see that leak into the markets. Yeah, like this morning, I think there was much more volume in there, but yeah, these we're tiptoeing right now. I think with earnings coming into the market, I think we'll start to see liquidity improve, volume improve as well, with new information entering the market. All right, well, here we go. We're starting to see some action here. About 45 seconds left. Daniel Inskeep, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have you back on with a much more exciting power hour. It's always a pleasure to have you. I know the people like having you on here, so thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Next time, maybe we get some stuff moving here. All right, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Watch this action. Dolby, let us know if you get filled on that offer.
No way. No way I'm getting filled. If anything, I would try a long at like 37. But we're close. It's 3 o'clock. Like, what's the point? There's no point. Flatten everything.
All right, guys.
I got my bread. It's a good day.
Whew.
Tired there, Dan.
It's exhausting missing so many moves.
All right, thanks, guys. Eddie, what do you got, man?